Man.
Yeah, I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider. From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. I'm a player, a boss player. If you with me, pop your collar, shake them haters. I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider. From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. I'm a player, a boss player. If you with me, pop your collar, shake them haters.
I'm from the city of set, rapping silver and black. Word of honcho, give me the strap. The realest is back. Stupid chop with some silly attached. Eye for an eye, fuck it man, give me a patch. I'm a Raider, Oakland, LA, Vegas, Jalen, Kenyon, Jacobs, Regis. Man, bruh, dog, we litty. The shine with the speed, it was with the 50-50. Yeah, this that I silver in Blackfield. Abram in the box, I'm Merrick in the backfield.
Yo, shout out to everybody here back in the building. Feels like I just got done doing another live for some strange reason. But we here, man. My apologies, you guys, for the tardiness. I'm going to be honest. I had to go pick up my sons. The Too Short stuff happened so last second. And then this has just been chaotic and crazy today. So thank you guys for bearing with me, man. You already know what it is. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody also watching on Twitter or on Facebook. If you want to get your questions in, jump over to YouTube. You know what time it is, man. Shout out to Philip. Shout out to Cam. Digi, what's up, nephew? Dope having Too Short on the last live. Appreciate you, Cam. Shout out to the legend Too Short once again, man. Also, shout out to Casper Hurd. Jordan Jenkins got injured, signing his contract. Damn it. My boy putting that shit out into the universe. Quick and easy. Hold on. Knock on wood, man. Knock on wood. Yes, we just let go of Kenny Young, you guys, linebacker. Kind of crazy, man. I thought that Kenny Young was going to make this roster. That's look, this new regime is very, very unpredictable, you guys, to say the least, right? We let him go. We went and signed Jordan Jenkins. To me, he's going to be that fourth edge rusher for us behind Max, Chandler, Malcolm Kuntz. I think him and Klee are going to be kind of battling for that fourth spot if Klee can at some point ever come back from this injury. We didn't talk yesterday, you guys. I know our guys came up off the PUP list. Shout out to Trayvon Mullen. He's back. Bilal Nichols, hearing great things about him already. They said his legs look fresh. That's a good sign. A lot of battles in the trenches. Offensive line winning, defensive line winning, back and forth. I love to hear it. Darren Waller showed back up to camp yesterday, you guys. And the next thing you know, he's not there again today. So I don't know what's going on with Darren Waller. I don't know if it's the nagging hamstring issue with him or if it's a hold in or hold out. I don't know why you would go back and forth to camp if it is something like that. So I'm assuming maybe he re-injured his hamstring. That's a little scary, you guys. That's a little scary, man. Seeing Waller injured all last year at the end of the year and missing all those games. And now to see him still, kind of back and forth with the hamstring injury, it's a little nerve-wracking, man. It definitely is a little nerve-wracking. Shout out to my brother, man, wait for talent.
What is the deal?
My bad, brother. I was trying to hold out as long as I could, but we here.
Nah, dog, don't, brother. You know what, man? I'm just glad we in a place to be with the legend. The legend.
Shit, man.
Did y'all just see that? Chat, look, did y'all see that, man? Who does that in the nation?
Man.
Nobody does it. Look, I'm going to give you your flowers on the air, brother.
Appreciate you, brother.
This motherfucker just brought on another legend, man. Two goats on the air, man. And listen, man, there's a line of separation in this shit that we do here, bro.
Hey.
It's a line of separation, and it just happened right now.
I appreciate it. Brother. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Waste's channel or Doxy and T. It doesn't matter. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, you guys, on both channels, and also wipe them feet on both channels. What do you think about this whole Kenny Young situation, my brother? We just released him, officially made Jordan Jenkins the edge rusher, a Raider. How are you feeling about this news?
I feel like Jordan Jenkins has that kind of prototypical size where he can be an outside linebacker and or an edge rusher where he can put his hand in the ground. Mm-hmm. So they got to make, space for him. And I think Kenny Young is a guy that really was You know, a lot of people have high hopes for him, but he's never been a guy that's been a world beater in the National Football League. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But what I will tell you is that some of these moves that Zeke and them guys are making, I'm a little concerned because they kind of, you know, every organization kind of shows, like, you know how like you have a pitcher that tips their pitches?
Yeah, unpredictability, bro. Like I just said that. I literally just said that.
Yeah, like they tip. These guys, they don't tip their pitches, but I think I've picked up on what they do. What they do is
okay. Let's hear it.
What I feel like they do is they pick up on guys who are high IQ, high talent level, high ceiling, you know, high ceiling kind of guys and younger guys. Yeah. They don't really bring in a lot of like older guys who had a past like Gruden used to do. Gruden used to bring in guys we used to be like, damn, man, we would have got him 3 years ago. Yeah. But what they try to do is these guys try to buy guys. They try to buy low and sell high on some of these guys. So they try to go and buy the penny stock of players. They try to get the guy right before the stock explodes. Yeah. And I think they've been doing that shit too much this offseason.
I hear you.
I think they're doing it too much. They need to go out and get some proven commodities, man. They don't have to be superstars, though.
At this point, right? I mean, it's a foregone conclusion that that these UDFA linebackers are going to make this roster. At this point, if you get rid of a veteran like Kenny Young, you're assuming that you know, our young pup out of ASU and Luke Masterson, both of these guys are going to be there, right? I mean, we're thin as hell now. If these guys aren't going to make the roster, then
Darren Butler is in the plans.
Oh yeah, Darren Butler's been in the plans ever since Mika Kaiser went out. I think that was already, you know. Hold on, real quick. My apologies, y'all. Shout out to my brother Money Yell. But we may have 2 UDFAs on this roster at the linebacker position with Buttler and Masterson. I mean, that's crazy to think that we were coming into this with Divine Diablo and a bunch of veterans, right? Parham, you know, Kenny Young. We got him a little early. We went Mika Kaiser. Now we're kind of looking at these UDFAs as, man, like this is a reality check to us today. Like you were right, bro. Like tipping you at like this is crazy. It's a little crazy. Like I'm not acting like Kenny Young's a world beater or nothing, but to get rid of him and say, okay, well, look, it looks as though, you know, Buttler and Masterson are going to be those guys. That's pretty deep. Let me ask you this real quick. Outside of Kenny Young, Jordan Jenkins, how do you like that pickup? To me, I think he's more of Frack Rail's replacement. I don't think we just brought him in because we cut Gary Green. I think that he, just like you said, he can play with his hand on the ground. He can stand up. I think he's more of a Frack Rail replacement, if anything, right?
Yeah, he is. The thing with Jordan Jenkins is I remember him when he was at Georgia. He was a 3-year starter at Georgia. Yeah, he's a guy who he understands. He's really good with situational football. He's a smart football player. He's a good down and distance kind of a player. The only thing about him is that he's one of them guys when you look at him, you're like, damn. He's one of them dudes when you look at him, you're like, damn, he's going to be, he should be, but he never kind of puts it all together. Yeah. So maybe they're looking at him and thinking that we can get this guy to put it all together. Because when he was with the Jets, when the Jets drafted him, I was like, man, you know, I saw a lot of them because I live in the New York, New Jersey area.
Third round pick.
And I was like, you know, this guy looks like a player. Yeah. You know, I remember when they drafted him because the Jets, their training camp, a lot of the time they practice up in Florham Park, New Jersey. Yeah. And at the time I was working in that area and I used to just ride past practice and, you know, just, you know, sit there and eat lunch and stuff and just watch the players and stuff. And I saw him and I'm like, man, that guy is you know, he is an impressive looking dude to be a 3rd round pick. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's just, I hope that this coaching staff that we've been ranting and raving about can give us some high returns on some of these raw players. Because we have too many guys on this roster who are just raw that we're hoping can actually finally realize their talent. Now, how many of these guys are going to do that? Yeah. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. I know these guys know what they're doing, but look, we're asking Bilal to do that. Mm-hmm. We're asking this guy to do that. We're asking all these UDFAs to play above their head because that's the reason why they're UDFAs. We're asking Jonathan Abram to play better than he's ever played in the National Football League. Mm-hmm. We're asking Ron Harmon to play, you know, I mean, just really, let's think about this.
Even a guy that returned today, Anthony Averett. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're depending on a young guy that's coming off a pretty good year in Baltimore to be one of those guys. I agree. Even the Rocky Sins of the world. Let's just be real. Like he hasn't changed the game thus far in his young career coming out of Temple. Let's just be real. We're depending on a bunch of guys that are unproven. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, he had a good year last year, but still, like, we're depending on a bunch of guys that come from previous regimes that were 3s and 2s, and we're looking at them like, can we position them as 1s?
Yeah.
That's
like Rock Ya-Sin is a great corner to have if he's on the Z.
Yes.
If you got Rock Ya-Sin and he's out there against fucking like who
you put him on island against like a Tyreek Hill or something.
Yeah. We're in trouble.
Yeah.
We're in trouble. Rock Ya-Sin, if we got to say, oh, we got Rock Ya-Sin on Tyreek Hill, we're in serious trouble.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. You know, like they're asking a lot of these guys, man, and they're hoping that the system will win out. They're hoping the system win out. And the one thing that too much is made of the Patriot way.
I hate it. I'm tired of hearing it.
The Patriot way was built off of fucking players that were great players, bro. Yeah. Like everybody acts like Willie McGinnis was some fucking scrub. Well, Willie McGinnis was a great college player.
Yeah.
He's a great NFL player. He was a high draft pick.
Yeah.
Teddy Bruschi wasn't no fucking scrub.
Nah.
These guys were not scrubs, bro.
Yeah.
Ted Johnson wasn't no scrub.
No. We just talked about him earlier today, right? Talking about this former second rounder out of Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Like these guys, like I get tired of hearing this shit. Like the year that Moss went nuts.
So you're talking about veterans that came in and turned it and still kept it.
No. I'm just talking about the first incarnation of the Patriot dominance.
Yeah.
The building blocks of that Patriot dominance, Richard Seymour, Hall of Fame player.
Yes.
Willie McGinnis is not a Hall of Famer yet, probably will be because they lowered the bar to get into the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Willie McGinnis is a Pro Bowl, all-pro player, bro. Yep. Teddy Bruschi was a Pro Bowl middle linebacker. He wasn't some fucking scrub. Lawyer Malloy, Ty Law. Like, these motherfuckers act like they had this no-name defense. These dudes were fucking players, bro.
Yeah. No, they definitely were.
And then they replaced them with Rodney Harrison. Like, come on, dog.
Yeah.
So if we're expecting for our defense to round into shape with all of these fucking this land of misfit toys, that's a problem for me. Go out there and go get guys who have started in the NFL at least, and I'll be fine.
No, definitely. Let me ask you this, man. Speaking of starting caliber players, there's a guy, man, that we've been talking about a lot lately in the nation, a superstar, top 3 at his position, kind of in a contract dispute right now. We're trying to figure out when we're going to empty out the bank and give Waller his cheese. He came back yesterday after, Mullen. Thank God Mullen, Bilal Nichols, and Hankins are off the PUP list. Thank God they're back. And I think Stoner as well came back, UDFA receiver. I don't think he's going to make the roster regardless. I think it's too late for him.
He needed to get some weed and become a stoner. He
needed to be there earlier on for even him to get a chance at that spot. But Waller was not at practice again today. So he was there yesterday, and then he didn't. This hamstring issue, do you think that this is something that we really need at this point to sound the alarm on? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there's no reason if it's a contract thing, you don't show up to practice one day and then just not show up again. Like the next, it has to be something with his hamstring, right?
No.
Okay. Well, so what is it? What is it in your eyes?
It's the same shit they used to do with Anthony.
Harbaugh, just kind of give him a little glimpse.
Bullshit. This is passive aggressive clutch sports bullshit. Okay. And I don't like to come on the air and give you conjecture, but if I'm not stupid. You remember the year that Anthony Davis was trying to get out of New Orleans to get to the Lakers?
Yes.
And you remember the year before he sat out? What did he do?
Tomorrow. Shit. Hold on real quick. Lip, I got to call you back. Shout out to Lip.
The year before Anthony Davis was trying to get out of New Orleans to get to the Lakers. And he was, they were trying to he went to them nicely and asked them to be traded. And then they were like, you know what? We're not going to trade Anthony Davis.
I remember.
You remember that? We're not trading him. Fuck that. The Lakers offered it. They tipped their hand. We thought it was going to happen. It didn't happen, right?
Yeah.
Then, I'm hurt. Then he sat out. Then he came back. Then he was out for, you know what I mean, bro? Like,
yeah.
Listen, I'm not going to accuse D. Waller of that. I like Darren Waller. But I'm going to tell you something. they better fucking either get it together or leave it alone. Because I understand, I said this on my show, I understand the Raiders from their perspective not wanting to give him like $100 million contract. Yeah. Because that's what the doctor orders with a talent like Darren Waller. Mm-hmm. But let's make no mistake about it. This man has a lot of baggage. A lot of fucking baggage. Mm-hmm. Don't act like if you're an owner of a team that you're going to be just happy to just give a guy that has the kind of past and the baggage that he has a contract that doesn't have things that safeguard you against him crashing and burning.
No, definitely. Look. I agree. 5 years of sobriety is a great thing. That's something you can hang your hat on. But there's a lot of people that imagine someone that dealt with what he used to do, and then you come into that massive amount of money. You never know. You never really know. And as a business, you have to look at that and say, we got to protect ourselves with this situation. But I just find it weird, bro, that you would pop in one day and then the next day you're not back at camp. Like
any other team, Jacob Cruz says any other team would pay him. So what team would do that? Like teams in the National Football League don't just give people money, brother.
Yeah.
Especially good ones. You know what I mean?
But hold on. Have we thought about this yet, Wasted? Have we thought maybe, just maybe, we're prolonging paying him because of this nagging hamstring? Can that be an option at this point? Maybe we're saying, hold on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you haven't really, you've been out there at camp, but you haven't been out at camp, right? You come back one day, you running a few routes yesterday, actually look really good out there with the few routes that I've seen him run, and then you're not out there the next day. Maybe our regime is saying, look, we know what you can do, but are you going to be able to do it? Maybe we're doing that.
I mean, how old is D-Wall right now? I mean, he's
29, right? 29, 30?
He's going to be on the wrong side of 30, right? Yeah. So, you know, people were killing me yesterday because I said, you know, we just mark it down and say, oh, he's the third best or the second best tight end in football.
He'll be 30 September.
I'm convinced that he's the third best tight end in football.
Ooh. Hold on. Don't allow us being irritated by this situation to dictate how you feel about Wilder's play on the field.
That's, bro. You know me. I am fucking the most rational guy that we both know.
So you have Mark Andrews or Kyle Pitts over Darren Waller.
What I'm saying is that it's not a foregone conclusion that he's better than Mark Andrews because Mark Andrews has been playing. Like Mark Andrews had like 1,600 yards last year.
Yeah, but D Wall played up until last year. Let's
just really look at this, man. Mark Andrews.
But remember though, bro, like when Baltimore throws the ball, it's always going to Mark Andrews. So, you know what I'm saying? Like that's their passing game.
We're talking about today, 2022, based off of last year, right? Mark Andrews can catch the ball, he can block too. That's what I'm saying. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like George Kittle's is not like if we're talking athlete for athlete, pass catcher for pass catcher, there's no comparison. The only person in football that you can compare to him is Kyle Pitts. And Kyle Pitts is younger than he is, so
I think Kyle Pitts is going to be better than all of them.
Kyle Pitts is going to be like the GOAT, right? But
yeah.
But when you're talking about a complete player, right? Mark Andrews can block. Like and so can George Kittle too.
Oh yeah, Kittle's probably the best blocking tight end to me out there.
Yeah, so
Kelsey can block too. Kelsey can block, and you know.
All right. So like we're talking about right now today, we got a guy who's been injured, right? And now he's injured now. And Mark Andrews is in camp. And Mark Andrews is coming off a 107 catch, 1,600 yard, 9 touchdown year. How the fuck am I going to just definitively say Darren Waller is just better than him?
I think this. The guy's a physical specimen. When he's on the field, he has to be accounted for. I feel like when he is out there, and yes, last year he dealt with some injuries, and it looks as though he's still dealing with one now. But me personally, bro, I get that he's not the greatest blocking tight end, but what he does in the pass game is just surreal. It's phenomenal. Like, I think when healthy and on top of his game, he's a top 3 tight end in this league.
Yeah, I listen. What I'm saying is that it's not a foregone slam dunk, stone cold lead pipe fact.
I get it.
Like there's an argument to be made. I'm not saying that, oh, Mark Andrews is definitely better than Darren Waller. I'm saying that you can't ignore what Mark Andrews did last year.
No, not at all.
This is what I'm saying. We can't ignore that.
I'll tell you right now, and with this situation, I'd rather have Kelsey, Kittle, Andrews, or Peter, or Kyle Pitts at tight end right now than having to deal with this situation.
Think critically. Waller can't block. Waller is not a good blocker at all. And if you tell me that, then you're just a fanboy. He can't block.
Well, that's not a strength in his game.
He can't block. He can't block. Foster Moreau can kind of block. Foster Moreau's not even a great blocker.
No,
Foster Moreau just kind of gets in the way. Waller can't block. No, period.
That's not.
Don't sit up here and tell me that the guy can block. Waller is a big ass receiver. That's really what he is.
I mean, he was a receiver at Georgia Tech.
Yeah,
that's who he is. Shout out to Sean real quick. Right now, Andrews is better than Waller. Waller had one great year with us last year. He was awful. Even when he played, we were calling him out. Look, I'm gonna say this. There's nothing awful about Waller when he's on the field and he's playing. Yes, he had some drops last season, but let's not act like this guy wasn't targeted 19 times against the Ravens week 1. Like, this guy has been definitely a huge, huge part of this offense. Look, yes, he's about to be 30 in September. And yes, Kelsey has done way more in this league than Waller. We all know Waller's story and why he wasn't that successful earlier on in his career. We all know that, right? Yeah, definitely. Pitts is a younger Waller. I agree. I think that Pitts is going to be what Waller is now earlier on in his career and then get better. I think so. But the thing with Pitts is the quarterback situation he's dealing with in Atlanta, right? You're dealing with a Marcus Mariota, or who they get? They got Ritter. They got Ritter out of Cincinnati. Yeah. So I mean, that's a little tough. But
Desmond Ritter and Marcus Mariota are going to force the ball to that guy, and that's the one thing. That's why I think Kyle Pitts is going to go crazy, because I remember when Marcus Mariota was starting in Tennessee, the one thing that he did was look for his tight end first.
Yeah.
He featured his tight ends when he was there. What's the brother name that was the backup in San Francisco, and his brother that was a tight end. Oh my God, man, I'm getting COVID brain and shit.
When was this?
When Mariota was the starter in Tennessee. He was the backup in San Francisco during the Kaepernick years. He went there. What the fuck was his name, guys? He was the oh my God.
From the Titans.
From the Titans, he Mariota's to force it.
Delaney Walker.
Yeah, Delaney Walker. Delaney Walker. Yeah. Delaney Walker. Fucking Mariota used to force it to that guy like nobody's business. So if he has fucking Pitts, oh my God, he's gonna go nuts. Look, guys, I'm not saying that Darren Waller and Mark Andrews is better than Waller. What I'm saying is it's not a fucking foregone conclusion that Waller is totally better than Mark Andrews. It's a fucking debate.
Oh no, definitely. You can definitely.
It's a debate, guys.
Yeah, it
is a debate. It's a debate, and Darren Waller needs to come out here and focus. I'm not saying he's not. He says he's focused on football, but the thing about it is there's a lot of posturing that's going on, or he's injured. Both of the situations and scenarios are bad for us.
Yeah.
If he's injured, it's bad. If they're playing games with his contract, I would prefer that than him having a hamstring problem.
Me too.
To be quite honest with you.
But at this point, man, I think it might be a little both on both sides now. Maybe Clutch is saying, well, look, our guy's sitting out. And the Raiders are like, well, look, you got a hammy issue. So what are we doing? Like, coming off that bad, he had a bad year last year and hit to his standards. And what are you leaning your hat on as Darren Waller if you're inside there talking to Mark Davis about your contract? You're leaning on 2 years ago, right? That's pretty much what, you've seen what I can do at the top of my game. But this is a what have you done for me lately league. And with him to come in one day and then miss the following day, man, look, at this point, I'm starting to even look. I know Clutch plays their games, but I'm like starting to really believe that this injury is a little bit more serious than what it was, than what we originally thought.
It could be, and then we also have to lean on that caveat that Darren Waller can't receive treatment in the same way that others can.
Yeah,
because of his issues.
Yes.
He can't get painkillers. See, this is the stuff that you guys say, oh, y'all tripping. Some of y'all tripping.
No lies at all. That's no cap.
That's no cap. So a lot of times he could have something that could be a nagging injury that other players will go and get a shot for and play through.
Yeah.
He might have to go the natural route, and it'll take him longer for something that's not really like a real serious injury. See, in the National Football League, they're like, are you injured or are you hurt?
Yeah.
It's a difference for Darren Waller.
Definitely is.
Difference.
That was a great thought right there, because we spoke about that last season about when he was injured, what he can't do, and it's like we kind of just pushed that to the side, right? Bringing that back up right now is definitely facts. This guy has to rehab totally different than others. You can't do the same things that other people does, because he definitely has a problem. But look, man, this is starting to get a little weird to me, bro. It's like I'm not really too comfortable with this situation anymore. Before I was like, okay, we'll get it done, we'll figure it out. Missing today kind of threw a curveball in this whole process with me. I'm like, man, I just hope Waller is there for week 1, because if he's not, this offense is totally different. It's totally different.
Bro, we go from being a dynamic offense, right, to just being mediocre.
Yeah.
Not mediocre, but like kind of like a middle.
You can still say a top 10 offense. Let's not act, or you can even still say maybe even a top 5 offense. But it's not a top 3 offense. I think right now we have a top 3 offense if these guys are healthy and they can get out there and get rocking.
I don't think we're a top 10 offense without Waller.
I do.
Because the thing is you have Tay, and then you have a pretty good backfield, and you have a great slot player, and then what?
You said a pretty good backfield? I think we have a top-notch backfield.
You have a really good backfield, but you have a bunch of guys that you don't have a superstar running back there. Like, you got some teams in this league, man, with like Jonathan Taylor and guys that are fucking 1,600-yard guys.
But they're not made on trees, though. We still got a former Pro Bowler on our roster.
No, I know, but I'm just being for real here. Like, so we talk about guys like King Henry and guys like that. We don't have that guy on our roster.
No, not at all. Not at all. Shout out to everybody here in the building, man. Appreciate you guys. Wipe them feet, whether you're on either channel. Hit them thumbs up. You guys also hit that subscribe button. We were still doing our shit without Waller. I think we'll be all right without Jim, especially without him, especially with the brains of McDaniels. We'll make it work. Yeah, but McDaniels' offense usually relies heavily on tight ends, and Foster Moreau has not been proving you guys to be to be that guy. Let's just be real. Like, Foster is at this point a glorified tight end too. Yes, he can start on a bunch of teams. We spoke about that before, potentially, but we need to see more. We need to see more out of him to say that he can do that.
And everybody says that we had a top 10 offense without Waller, right? But what you guys aren't looking at is that we got to be a top 10 offense in the beginning of the season when we were fucking throwing the ball all over the place with Waller and with Henry Ruggs.
Yeah.
That is what you guys don't realize. Like, when you talk about stats, right? That's an accumulation of a whole season. You don't want to start a season off without Darren Waller.
No, not at all.
Like, what the fuck are we talking about here, guys?
Yeah. And there's no updates. I have not seen any updates on him whatsoever. I mean, I don't know, man. This whole situation is getting a little tricky, man. The Raiders' release of Kenny Young pushes rookie UDFA Luke Masterson, who played well, one step closer to potentially winning a roster spot. We just spoke about that. Darren Butler also playing well. Yeah, those two guys I definitely think at this point are going to make the roster unless we reach out to like a veteran linebacker to bring in. But I don't know who is even out there at this point to even bring in.
Well, there are definitely some options, right? So you got to see what kind of linebacker you're looking for. Now, there are guys like Dante Hightower, right? So we got to see how much football Dante Hightower has left in him.
Yep.
Now, the thing about Dante Hightower is, can Dante Hightower play outside linebacker? Markel Lee is available. Now, I know a lot of people
about him yesterday. I heard that this morning on your show. You spoke about bringing in Markel. Markel to me is more of a special teams guy, but he can't play linebacker. Let's not.
He can play linebacker, and he can play in the role that Kenny Young. He's not as good of I don't think he's as good of a coverage linebacker as Kenny Young is.
Yeah.
But, Kenny, Jamie Collins is out there.
There's just a lot of inside linebackers at this point. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, Reggie Ragland. He never lived up to the hype. Alec Ogletree. I mean, he's kind of
Alec Ogletree's he's long in the tooth. He doesn't have too many snaps left in him. Now, there's a guy that we've talked about a couple of times, right? That we don't know how he's doing, right? We don't know whether or not he still has any football left in him.
Okay.
Now, you know who I'm going to say? He's a former 49er. Who am I going to say?
Are you talking about Ruben?
Yes.
But he's not even on this list. I don't even see him on here.
Wait, which list? Were you on Spot Track?
Yeah, I'm on Spot Track. I'm on available linebackers. So Ruben must got picked up on somebody's.
Did
somebody. He must have. He's not on his list. Bro, this list is ass, bro. If we have to fall to this list to get someone outside of Dante Hightower or I don't know, like this list, this is ugly, bro. Will Compton, we don't want to rehash that. Shout out to Will Compton, but
he got picked up, they said, guys. Yeah. Well, I never even heard that he got picked up, man.
Yeah, like so Darren Bates, he's a special teams ace, but he's not you don't want him out linebacker, and he's 31. There's no real.
Wow, it's ugly out here, man.
It's dry out here in these linebacker streets, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know, man. I don't really know, but I guess
who knew that Markel Lee would be at the top of our list?
I don't even see Jamie Collins on that list right now, Greg. I don't even see him on this list. Did Jamie get picked up? I don't see him on here.
Yo, we're not dog shitting on Waller, brother. Ricardo, we're not dog shitting on Waller, bro. Look, I'm a realist, brother. D Ford isn't a linebacker, really. He's really an edge. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to figure out, Cardo, if we say this injury is becoming concerning, how are we shitting on Waller? If Waste's opinion is he's a top 5 tight end, he just may not be a top 3. What's the problem? Look, if you're
and I never said that he wasn't top. What I'm saying is there's a
debatable
me whether he's top 3. Yeah. He's definitely top 4. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say Mike Gesicki's better than Waller.
Oh, he said read the chat, not you, man. Okay.
Oh, my bad.
Okay. Shout out to Cardo. We apologize, brother. Shout out to Hard Conversations. Docs, I have something big in the works that I think you and Waste would be interested in. How can I get in touch with you guys? Hit us on Instagram, bro. Graphic 916 or Wasted Talent, or shoot, hit us on Twitter. Which one do you have, brother? Reach out to us and we'll definitely talk to you. Yeah, Malcolm Brown is definitely a defensive tackle that we can talk about. Just cut from the Jags. I don't know how the Jags let him go. I'm not against going to get Malcolm Brown. He's also familiar with the system.
Yes, he's a guy that they drafted in England.
Yeah.
He's a guy that they drafted. So I would love them to bring him in, man.
Hell yeah, I'm definitely with that, man. Picked up Denzel before week 1. This is a non-issue, bro. We don't know who's going to be available after cuts. Andres, this is true. This is facts. There could still be some other linebackers that may fall, or you never know. We may be prepping to go trade for a linebacker. Who knows,
bro?
How
many times do you get struck by that kind of lightning?
Yeah, I know.
Like, come on, bro. Like, you cannot go into this season with this many gaping holes in important positions and feel like you have a chance to compete in a division like this.
No,
I don't want to hear it. We don't have the kind of equity built up in this team to overcome shit like this.
No,
like when you're the Kansas City Chiefs who've won a Super Bowl in the recent past and has ruled over this division over the last 5 years, then you got that kind of equity built up where you can say, hey, man, you know what? We can plug a few holes. We're going to be all right. Let's go out there. Let's roll it out there and see what we got. Yeah. Not when we're trying to establish with a new GM, a new head coach. We went and fucking traded away the top end of our draft for one of the best players in football. We have a quarterback that we just gave money to who pretty much is on his last leg here because he's on his fucking, 4th head coach. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of shit riding on this. We're trying to establish, and a lot of you guys that are in the chat, a lot of people like, oh, you content creators are panicking. You should be too. Like, the Raiders have moved to a new town. This is the first time that the stadium has real fans in it without all of that vaccine mandate shit. We got to establish this team in a new market, in a new town, so Mark Davis doesn't get this team taken away from him and the whole Raider image gets flushed down the fucking toilet. This is serious, bro.
Yeah.
I don't understand how y'all don't understand that.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. And it's not even just the Waller situation. That's kind of like just the cherry on top. We're talking about the trenches, you guys. How do you win the AFC West with those pass rushes that these other teams possess? How do you win the AFC West with no push in the middle with all these quarterbacks? It's tough. It like Wasted is speaking nothing but gospel at this point. This is total facts. You have to win games in the trenches. That's what great teams do. You win and lose in the trenches. Right now, our O-line is very suspect. Right now, our defensive tackle position without Bilal Nichols and Jenkins, yes, they just returned. But let's be honest. These guys are still not world beaters. Like, they're not world beaters. Like, you can look at Denver, Kansas City, and the Chargers right now. They all have better defensive tackles than us. Every one of them. Every one of them. The only thing.
And when people say that, oh, well, we got Max and we got Chandler, guess what? Guess what? When you talk about Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, that pair is better than our pair.
Yeah.
And I know people are going to be like, oh, wait, so what are you not a Raider fan? That ain't it. It's the fact that Chandler Jones is not as good as Khalil Mack against the run.
No.
Chandler Jones last year probably made his Pro Bowl in 2 games. And Graf is the one who had to hit me over the head with the newspaper because I fucking forgot that shit.
Yeah.
Graf said that shit. I was like, oh, I forgot. He had a 5-sack game. Holy shit.
Yeah.
He had a 5-sack game and like 9 sacks.
Yeah. I'm nervous about this situation, man. And our season starts off tough, you guys. 3 games back to back against pretty much playoff teams. The Chargers missed the playoffs by 1 play, right? The Cardinals made the playoffs. The Tennessee Titans. Like, we have a really tough stretch of games this starting the beginning of the season, and we got to get this O-line. We got to look. Max and Chandler aren't going to do shit if you can't push the pot. You can't push the middle of the line. If there's no push, I don't care how good you are as an edge rusher. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
And you're right. And what I said is that Mac right now has a little bit more left, and Khalil Mack is better against the run.
Yeah.
And so is Joey Bosa than Max Crosby. They're both better against the run. Now, Max, I think, is he's on par with Bosa as a pass rusher. He's more active. He gets more he gets more pressures than Bosa as a pass rusher. But Joey Bosa is really, really good against the run. You know, I try to downplay. I'm like, oh, Joey Bosa isn't as good. He is good against the run. Let me just fucking be for real here. So is Khalil Mack. We know that's the one strength of Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack, if he wasn't getting sacks,
he's playing that run top notch.
Top notch.
Yeah.
So the edge is set.
Yeah.
So let's be for real. So if we think we're gonna go out there and wheel Thayer Munford's rookie ass out there, his new booty ass out there and play against Khalil Mack, and he's not fucking 6'8" and 385 pounds, Khalil Mack is gonna take that boy and fucking eat him for lunch.
And we're talking about guys also in our division that knows Derek Carr very well. You guys knows what he does greatly, knows what he doesn't do good. Like Khalil knows him very well. Joey Bosa knows him very well. The Chiefs are very familiar with this guy. So we do need to be a little weary of what we're doing moving forward, because every team in our division, like we said before, has a better defensive line and a O-line. You know what? Denver may be the only team that is questionable of having a worse O-line than us. The Chiefs have a good O-line. The Chargers have a great O-line. So, yeah, man, this is tough. It's tough, man. I'm very nervous. And look,
are we saying that the Chargers defense? Yeah, we're saying the Chargers defense is better than the Raiders defense.
Oh yeah,
1,000%. Who? Yo, you got an All-Pro at corner, J.C. Jackson. Got an All-Pro at safety. You got 2 All-Pros at
every level of the defense.
What the fuck are you talking about? Of course.
Yeah, but no, bro. And there are rumors, you guys, that, like I said before, the Chargers are trying to go out there and get Roquan Smith. You know what I'm saying? If they do that, their defense is totally stacked. You know what I'm saying? So look, at this point, we got to outscore guys. That's what we're going to have to do. Like, our defense, this is year one in Patrick Graham's system. You're not just going to go out there and become a top 5 defense year one, especially with what we have out there. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not going to happen. Dre the Great says we won't compete till next year. I don't agree with that. I think we'll ball. Look, we're worried about our team, but we're not saying that we can't go out there and perform. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to have to figure this shit out. Hopefully this coaching staff knows they do know a bunch of shit that we don't know. But
bro, the thing is that your metric and my metric is different. Graf's metric and my metric is different. We ain't scared. I know we're going to compete. Yeah, I know that the floor is 10-6 with this team as currently constituted. The thing about it is that us making it to the playoffs is not fucking good enough for me, and it ain't good enough for Graf. You guys got to understand something. Some of you guys are probably older than us, and y'all remember the good old days, right? Mm-hmm. Some of y'all are a lot younger than us, and y'all are all right with us just making it to the playoffs. Yeah. I ain't all right with that shit.
No.
I'm not all right with that. They got to, at least, for me to be okay, win a playoff game and have a home playoff game. So I can fly out there and fucking bring my wife to a nice hotel and make a fucking dirty video in a hotel room or some shit. That's what I want to be doing in January, you motherfuckers. And then I want to go home and celebrate that shit.
Hey, stop trying to copy, motherfucker.
Yeah,
shout out to everybody here in the chat, man. Rocket
you inspired me, dog. In more ways than one, man.
Talk that shit. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Wipe the feet, hit the thumbs up, you guys. Also, like I said before, subscribe to both channels. Shout out to the 500 plus people on right now. We appreciate you guys, man. We're not saying that we're not going to perform, you guys. We're just saying as diehard, lifelong Raider fans, we've seen this fucking rodeo before, and right now it's very, very nerve-wracking with depth at this point, and not even just depth, shit, like at your starting spots, that matter. Right tackle is a huge question mark. It's a huge question mark. You know what I mean? Hopefully, Sanjeet is right about Jermaine Illuminor. Hopefully he goes out there and he's that guy, because if he can perform at right tackle, then that's a huge hole we have filled. We're still relying on a guy like Lester Cotton that's been in the league since 2018 that hasn't done shit, that's just started showing out in training camp to start at right guard. Like left guard, let's be honest, John Simpson has been, you know what I mean? Like at best. So, and then we're going with Andre James in the second year, you know, and last year, we all know how he started off the season. You know what I'm saying? So this is nerve-wracking, and you can't rely on a Matthew Buttler or Neil Farrel at this point to be those guys as rookies. You can't expect these guys to come out there and be those guys. It was great to hear that Bilal Nichols is already out there performing well, but is that more to say about him or more to say about how this O-line is? I don't know.
Yeah. That's a fact. And you know the thing, that when we made all these picks, right, and me seeing what we did in the offseason, I was excited about all of these picks because I thought we weren't going to have to depend on these guys.
Yeah.
Now that we got to fucking depend on these guys, now I'm worried.
Yeah, man.
Now I'm worried. I thought that thick frame and these guys were going to be depth.
Yeah.
I didn't think that these guys were going to have to come out here and start. This is some John Gruden shit.
It definitely is.
This is some John Gruden shit. Like, hey, man, you know, we're going to go out here and we're going to draft this guy in the 6th round and we're going to start him.
Yeah.
That's John Gruden shit, bro. This is not the kind of shit that we are supposed to be doing right now.
Yeah. And I think right now, and you guys, this is no shade to our team. We love our team. But on paper, every team in our division has the upper hand on us right now. Let's just be real. Unless our guys go out there and just blow the top off these defenses. If DC and Devontae Adams just go out there and recreate what they had at Fresno State, great. But I don't want to have to outscore I don't want to have to score 40, 50 points every damn game, man. I just don't want to have to do it.
Oh, somebody say John Gruden score 50 points, man. Blowing tops.
Hey, man,
Graf, what's going on, man?
Shit, Gruden just got done chopping it up with Too Short, man. I get another legend on the show. This is beautiful, man.
And I fucking love Too Short, man. You know something, man? You know what my favorite word is?
Bitch.
Exactly. And Roger Goodell's the biggest bitch in the world, man. Knock on wood if you're with me, man.
Hey, well, I'll tell you right now, man. Too Short said blow the whistle. Goodell definitely blew the whistle on you, sir. Definitely.
Yeah, but you know what, man? I'm going to tell you something, man. You know who else blew the whistle? Goodell's wife. Knock on wood if you're with me, baby.
Oh, shit. We got a Gru appearance today. I love it. Let me see. Antonio Van-Harden. Look, bro, why are you fucking here then, bro? Why are you here? Like, why are you here? Raiders are going to be the AFC champ. We didn't say our team can't win the NFC, bro. Do you see what the fuck is behind me? Like, bro, like, do we say they weren't going to win the AFC? Like, shut the fuck up. Go to another channel that'll lie to you and tell you guys we're going to win every single game. Go over there.
Hey, the Las Vegas Raiders will be in the championship game.
17-0.
They'll be 17-0 because the league fucked over John Gruden. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, that motherfucker. Shout to Bro. I don't think the Waller shit is a factor, really. Even if Tashawn Reed or whoever doesn't see them on the field, doesn't mean they aren't working. Could be in the building lifting or something else. Nah, look, this is real, but there's something there, bro. When when you practice yesterday, but then you don't today. Like there's bro, when there's smoke, there's fire, King. Like you can't say that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's missed all this time. Yes, he's been out there working out on the sideline and doing other things, but yesterday finally got a first look at him, and then he's gone again the next day. What? I don't get it. I don't get it. Antonio says you're making fun of our team, bro.
Bro, like, what are you in the 4th grade?
Bro, me and Wasted light.
Our team, gurgle. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Are you listening? Like, bro, I'm convinced that some people need Ritalin because you don't pay attention. Bro, what we're telling you is because listen, I don't like blocking stupid people because you guys make the show better, right? Yo, and I don't have enough subscribers to block people.
Shout out to Antonio, man. He just called you stupid, man.
Yeah, I did. Antonio, listen, man, we're not making fun of our team. We are saying that there's an urgency to make the team be better, brother. And what you're going to get when you watch Docs and you watch Wasted, right? You need to make sure that you improve your lexicon, right? Because what I do is I give you wasted words of the day. And what Docs will give you is a swift kick in the ass. So either which way, you're going to improve your vocabulary and Docs will toughen you up. Yeah. So buckle up, motherfucker.
Just learn about football. Put a regular default picture up and we'll leave our team alone. We'll just make fun of you.
That's awesome. That. Where the fuck is Hammer at?
I know. We got to get them the fuck out of here. Let me see. Shout out to the Love Chat Best Adult Dating Site. Everybody go check that shit out. Shout out to King Gibby, man. Just watched the Too Short video. Appreciate you, my brother. Hey, you guys, once again, it was sprung up on me so last minute that, we just were kind of all over the place trying to get the sound together and everything, but I appreciate everybody for pulling up and checking this out. I'm actually going to put together a cleaner version of that video and upload it as well. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, bro. Look, bro, me and Wasted flamed each other on the phone earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like we were flaming shit. Like if you see our inbox, like, bro, we be smoking shit. Let me see. Raider Nation in Dallas. Shout out to Harley Hope. He said that Roger Goodell's sex bots are back. Zap. Let me see. Out of 32 teams with first-year head coach in the last 5 years, Oh, I like that, man. That's a great.
Let me meet these people from my front door.
I got it.
No, it's cool. Hold on. I'm gonna do it on the air.
Oh, okay.
Hey, whatever it is, we don't want any. You guys have a good day. See you later. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Out of 32 teams, think about this. This is a great stat. With 32 teams with first-year head coaches in the last 5 years, 5 teams have won 10-plus games. That's tough. But I'll say this, though, Matt. What other out of all those teams, who has a coaching staff and a regime like us that has all those rings combined, right? I think Josh McDaniels and Zeke are a little different in terms of one has 6 rings, one has 5. They know how to win. You know what I mean? So, those kind of coaches don't grow on trees. This kind of situation doesn't present itself every day. You know what I'm saying? So I think our situation is a little more.
It's a lot more solvent.
Yeah.
But the thing is, those coaches can't go out there and block people, and they can't tackle people. They don't catch touchdowns. They don't throw touchdowns. They don't run touchdowns. Yeah. And what you guys got to realize is that great coaches have great players.
Definitely.
And these guys came into a scenario where, they have some pieces, and they went out there, got a huge piece. They got 2 huge pieces. But the problem with drafting bad is the previous regime left the cupboards in the middle of the team bare. Yeah, they left Hunter Renfrow. They left Waller. They left Max. They left Carr. Yeah. They left Josh. That's great. But then when you look up and down the line, and they left, let me not forget about Colt Miller, the unsung hero of the Raider Nation, right?
Nose ring, y'all. Nose ring, no book, I promise.
But when you look at the rest of these guys, man, like Andre James at this point is still a question mark. John Simpson is a question mark. Alex Leatherwood is a bad draft pick. Jonathan Abram is a question mark. He's a bad draft pick. Trayvon Merring is definitely a guy that, okay, they did their numbers there. But the sun shined on a dog's ass once in their life because they were lucky that he fell to the fucking second round. He should have been a first-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
Nate Hobbs, right? Let's not forget. So we got about 7 or 8 players, but it was like a feast or famine kind of thing with those guys. Either they got it really, really right or they got it really, really wrong. And that's really the problem. That's the crux of what's wrong with our team.
Hey, K-Town, I fucking hate you, man. Shout out to everybody here in the building, but definitely, I did love that the actual comment of him saying they inherited a playoff team. That doesn't happen a lot, you guys. That definitely does not happen a lot. I know that our situation is a little more intriguing because of all the shit that we overcame last year to actually make the playoffs. But I'll say that we still have to say it, right? They inherited a playoff team. And there was a reason why these winners came to Las Vegas. And I think that we're going to continue that trend. I just don't know. You know, we can't go into week one, you guys, with the defensive tackle position looking like how it's looking. We can't go into week one against the Chargers not knowing where this O-line sits. Like the thing that's nervous about me is there's been no rumors or anything with that's being tied to any other O-lineman out there in free agency or trades or anything. It's been very, very quiet. It sounds like we're about to keep it in-house. And that's a little nerve-wracking. Like I said before, Darrell Williams is not a world beater, but he's an upgrade at the right tackle position. How the hell are we not even tied to him or connected to him? How has there not been a discussion, which maybe there has been behind the scenes? You know, this regime moves very, very swift and under the radar. We could. Maybe he's asking for too much money. I don't know. But I can just say that, you know, the trenches, man, anyone that played the game or anyone that really, really, really has invested time watching football knows it all starts right there. And right now, bruh, I'm not convinced on either side of the ball. You know, I'm just not. Don't get me wrong. The O-line, I'm not going to go over the top like everybody else. I know everybody's so. I've always been kind of like, I think we'll be all right. Carmen Brasillo, you know, I believe in him, blah, blah, blah. I'm not as worried as the O-line as I'm worried about, you know, the D tackle position.
Yeah, I'm very concerned about the defensive tackle position because the thing that makes the Raider Equinox not come to shape is when you have offenses that stay on the field longer than they should.
Yeah, bruh.
You know what I mean? Where you have a Patrick Mahomes dropping back and then Max Crosby chases him here, Chandler chases him there. He breaks up the middle of the field for, you know, a first down he shouldn't have gotten.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't have sacked. Or where, you know, you hand the ball to Austin Eckler on, you know, 3rd and 4 and he breaks a fucking 8-yard run.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that keeps you to where you lose games and you get your defense tired. And then you get the secondary we have. Because the secondary we have, I think our secondary, man, is really shaping up to be one of the best sides of the defense. And we were concerned about the secondary.
Definitely.
Secondary has a lot of talent, and I think that they can do well if they get supported on the front end of the defense. I think our linebacking core, we lost some players, but, you know, listen, Perry, Brown, Diablo, I believe in what they got there.
Yeah.
And I think that if they bring in another player or two, you know, Bowser really is not really an outside linebacker, but, you know, they can line him up there too. You know how Patrick Graham is.
Deshaun Bowers?
Yeah, I think he's going to make the team. He's been playing really well.
Yeah,
Masterson, all those guys, you know, I think we'll be all right there, right?
Yeah.
But up front, man, is a problem. It is
it definitely is. I think our run game is going to save us a lot. You know, one thing about this O-line, I think with them is they've been pretty good with run blocking, right? Like we're going to be able to run the ball, you guys, but you know, when DC has to drop back, that's where it's going to get a little nerve-wracking. Like with Colton, he'll be fine on the left side. You know what I'm saying? I think we'll be fine with John Simpson. I hope that Dylan Parham starts. I know that this is like at this point, a fucking just, I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen at all. I think John Simpson already got that left side, you know, set in stone as at guard. But that right side, man, it gets a little tricky. At this point, I think really, bro, to be honest, I heard a lot of great things about Munford, even though they're saying that Munford was injured yesterday too. He walked off, you know, and went and seen the trainers. He's been playing really well, but can you rely on a first-year rookie at right tackle?
I think if Thayer Munford is our starting right tackle, that means that's an indictment on how bad this line is.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, so you mean to tell me our 7th round guy that we just picked just cause, not just cause, you never pick a guy just cause, but a 7th rounder starting over our 1st rounder from last year? Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Right. And then Jermaine Illuminor, a guy that we use as our utility lineman. He's the guy that's supposed to go up and down the line just in case someone goes down. If he's got to start, then goddamn it, who do we have, right? So, man, I'm concerned, man. I don't want a fucking 7th round rookie starting at right tackle, because the way Derek Carr plays the game, you're not going to really see a lot of those mistakes on a week in and week out basis.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen at the wrong time.
Yeah.
A lot of times Derek's going to get rid of the ball. You're not even going to know it. A lot of times Derek's going to check out of the play and hand it off. But what's not going to happen is you're not going to get the full benefit of the Devontae Adams trade. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get Derek being able to drop back and get an extra second, let that play develop. It's going to be a check down to one of the running backs or something, or to a tight end, and it's not going to make this as dynamic as it can be. And what it's going to remind me of, and I think they're going to have to go out, and I hope that they go and make a move, because in 2016,
shout out to Jersey boy.
If you guys all remember, we had a problem at right tackle. We drafted Menelik Watson. We thought Menelik Watson was going to be our guy. They were saying how Menelik was coming in. He was focused. He was going to do X, Y, and Z, and he was going to play great. And Menelik Watson was Menelik Watson, and they had to go out and go get Austin Howard.
Yep.
And Austin Howard came in, and Austin Howard wasn't Willie Rowe for nothing like that. But Austin Howard was a starter. And he came in and he kind of solidified everything, and this line took off. Now, look, we don't have Kelechi Osemele at guard.
No, not at all.
We don't have Rodney Hudson at center, goddammit.
No.
We don't. We don't have Pancake at that left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what, man? And we don't have Gabe Jackson at guard.
At guard, yeah.
But what we do have is we have a poor man's Pancake. I actually think Colton Miller is going to shape up to – he's having kind of a similar career to Donald Penn.
I think he's going to take that next step this season.
Yeah, I think so.
Potential fringe Pro Bowl left tackle. I mean, there's so many great left tackles in the AFC that is very, very tough to expect him to do that. But I think he's like that fringe Pro Bowl. Like, he may even be an alternate or something this year. Hopefully not an alternate. Hopefully he tells him he can't make it because we're in the Super Bowl. God damn it. Shout out to Reese. Raiders trench issues equals a lot of vagina.
Yes, sir. Reese Rock is a GOAT for that one right there. I just hope that they go out and get a guy that is just a guy that we know that has started and it has starting experience and is a vet that people don't have to kind of coach along and give confidence. Like a guy that you could just put out there and he's like, all right, I know what we got. I've been through this before. Let's do this.
I hope you're right, brother. Shout out to Eve Smash. He says our O-line will be good. I hope so, man. I really do. Look, I know that this team will look totally different once we roll out all our stars. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to look totally different. And we've been very vanilla all across the board, defensively, offensively. So maybe we just haven't let the cat out the bag yet. But I'm going to tell you right now, when we had to pass the ball, I looked at Stidham, I looked at Mullins, I looked at Chase, and I was like, oh, shit, I feel bad for these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like they look like they were running for their life. And we know how DC gets, when he's lost in the sauce and there's so much pressure on him. We know we get this is when bad things happen. So, hopefully, man, Carmen sees something that we don't see, and hopefully we just haven't really revealed too many things yet. I don't know. Well, we shall see. Shout to, let me see, is Darren Williams asking for the kitchen sink? He must be, Greg, to be honest. Look, I don't know if you guys seen, but Dwayne Brown went to the Jets and they gave him a nice chunk of change for being 36, 37 years old. I think he got like 10, 11 million a year or some shit like that.
Yeah, but you got to look at what happened to the Jets. They
lost. Yeah, they lost their start right left tackle. Yeah, they lost.
They have Mekhi Becton and the other kid. And it was at Texas. Was it Cross or what the fuck was the kid?
Yeah, Cross is nice.
Yeah, he's nice, but they were thinking they were gonna have two bookends for the foreseeable future. They thinking they're gonna have their starting quarterback, and that all went up in smoke quick, right?
Yep.
And it's
actually Cowboys coat. No, I'm just fucking around. Shout out to everybody here in the building, man. I had to throw a little dig at my brother. He knows what we're talking about. We were making fun of some people earlier, and my brother caught some bullets. Docs, week 1 will tell the story about our O-line. Trust me. Shout out to Kenny. This is facts. This is facts, man. We shall see. All we can do is try to remain as calm as possible. Hey, I posted that picture of me doing this at the Star on Instagram.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, you motherfucker.
That shit is hilarious. Shout out to Wild Turkey in the building. DC has to go against Derwin James, the highest paid safety in the league. But let's say this. Dude trades, he may only have to go against him for one game or so. Shit, Derwin James can't make it for a fucking full season in ever. You know what I mean? So, but I hear you, bro. I hear you. You said Wilson, Herbert, and Mahomes will go against Abrams. Not just Abrams, man. Merrick will be back there. He's the guy that's going to take that next big step this year. Merrick's going to be a baller. And then we still got Deron Harmon, man. Like, I know he's 31 years old, but the guy is a veteran and he's been there and done that. So,
you know what's funny too, Doc? Not to cut you off, man, but do you guys notice players that have a nose for the football? There's certain
Joey Bosa.
Joey Bosa
has a nose
for the football. He has a nose.
Nick Wright has a nose for the football. This is fact.
But in all seriousness, you know, you had guys like I mean, shit. You had guys like Reggie Nelson. Yes. Reggie Nelson was a guy who just was a turnover. He just had it, man. Anytime there was a turnover or a fumble, Charles Woodson, and I know that's a bad example because Charles Woodson is one of the he's one of the 5 or 6 best defensive.
But he was around the ball every play. He was around the
ball. Troy Polamalu, these are guys are great players. But it's just certain players that have that kind of talent. I think Deron Harmon is one of them guys, man.
But you know what though? If you watch a lot of this shit last year though, wasted like Merrick was around the ball a lot too. You know what I'm saying? Like Merrick,
definitely.
Like he was around the ball a lot. That's why I'm so excited to see what he's going to do this year. When I talked to him out here in Dallas, like he's so focused, bruh. Like he was telling me, he's like, all I want to do is play outstanding football this season. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. Like he was so just tunnel vision, and that's what you want to see out of these young guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lurker. I appreciate you, brother, on the $5. I don't know if that's on my channel or Wasted, but either way is great. We appreciate it.
Bro, I would probably venture to say that we're going to get probably a 45% better player because he's going to be able to play the game at a speed that he was able to when he was in college.
Yeah.
Because now he knows what's going on, man. I'm really excited about what we got in the back end of the defense.
Me too. That's one of the my favorite parts of this team. Is that back end of the defense. I'm excited to see what Nate Hobbs can do this year. There's so many high hopes with him and all the talk about him. Anthony Averett finally returned back to practice. You know, we know what Rock is seeing and all these other guys. Mullen back. I'm excited. I think that our secondary is going to be a pleasant surprise, but we do have to remember these guys are playing against 3 top-notch quarterbacks most of the time this season, and it's going to be tough. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Jersey Boy once again. I'm not too worried about our D-line. Just right tackle. Jersey Boy, I wish I had the same, I guess, optimism as you, brother. I'm so worried about that middle of that defensive line. Like, it's sickening. Every day I wake up and I thank God for my wife and kids. And then after that, I'm like, please, defensive line, get the shit together.
I'm like, God, please let Vince Wilfork come out of retirement.
Straight up.
Please, if you're listening.
we need overall Vince Wilfork.
Vinny Buckets. Like, God, please let Quentin Williams be traded to us some kind of way, in shape, form, please.
Facts, for those who just tuned in, man, Kenny Young was let go, you guys. He was released, and we've actually made it official and signed Jordan Jenkins, the edge rusher, previously played for the Jets. Played at Georgia in college, played for the Houston Texans as well. I think he has like 22 sacks in his career. So, I mean, I think so, right? Wasn't it? Bro, hold on. I think so. Jordan Jenkins, hold on. Let's look that up. I've seen something where I could be wrong, though. Yeah, he has 25 in his career.
He got 25?
Yeah. Yep.
Look, Doc's just smoked my boots. I was looking at the last 2 years. My bad, bro.
Yeah, he had 25. He had 2.5 last year, 2.5 the year before.
Yeah, I was looking at the last 2 years, bro.
But he also dealt with, a lot of injuries and shit like that. So, I mean, hopefully he can stay healthy over here and we can utilize him as that 4th edge rusher behind Malcolm Kuntz. The last thing I want to talk about, bro, at this point, we're coming up on over an hour.
Already, damn.
I know, right? Time flies. Clee, man, like, there's still no update on this guy. Like, this is the time where he needs every snap in training camp, whether it's for us or auditioning for another team. What's your, like, maybe Jordan Jenkins is brought in Because
he is the exact archetype of Clelin Ferrell. That's exactly who he is.
Okay.
He's the exact archetype, bro. And it's crazy because, like, I feel bad for Clelin Ferrell, man, because they, I said on my show yesterday, man, like, he was made to play NFL hokey pokey. It's like, you put your right foot in, you put your left foot out, lose weight, gain weight, be an outside linebacker, be a defensive tackle, be a defensive end. Wait a minute, Clee. We want you to clean the hallways. You know what? Maybe you could be, hey, man, why don't you be a wide receiver, man?
I want to remind Wasted, too. These guys killed me for saying that Clee's going to probably play some outside linebacker, but I digress. Go ahead again, brother. What were you saying?
Yes, I did. We did.
You guys said I made no sense and that I was terrible. I was a terrible guy that knew nothing.
No. Andy killed you more than me. He said, what linebacker? You smoking dick. Hey, that was your North Cal brethren.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna get Andy on a live here. Probably, I'm just gonna ask him to come on, and I'm just gonna right when he said, "Yeah, yo," I'm taking it right off. I'm just gonna kick him out the room.
Yeah, that was Andy, bro. So like, come on, bro. Don't do me like that. But on the real, Clee is on the fucking Mike Mayock scholarship right now. Yeah. Because if he didn't have the kind of cap hit that he did, he probably wouldn't still be on his roster. He would have been in the first round of cuts.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't done anything yet, man.
If we didn't owe him $10 million, you guys, he'd be out of here. Like, he'd be out of here.
He's on a Mike Mayock scholarship, man. That's one thing I can think about.
I wouldn't be shocked if we did the Tyree Gillespie move and try to get rid of him and got some late round pick or some crazy shit for Clee if we could. If somebody would be dumb enough to pick up that contract, which
they probably would take a half-eaten sandwich in a fucking a knee-high soda for Clelin Ferrell right now. They're not coming in there. They're like, all right, listen, we'll give you a 7th round pick, and we'll take a half-eaten sandwich if you take Clee. And people are like, man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So come on, bro. Like, trust me. I know that they've tried to throw him in every trade scenario.
Yeah. No, that's facts. The numbers, we have spoke about it. Kenny Young was released. That probably speaks volumes about Darren Waller and Luke Masterson. These young guys are putting it together early. But it also, you guys, we already have our starters set in stone. And we spoke about this. Jayon Brown, Divine Diablo, he's going to take that next step. Parham, we'll be all right. The thing I'm worried about, and I know people are going to be like, here go Graf again, but it's just I'm worried about Parham, man. He never gets through a season. You know what I'm saying? So in linebackers, the way he plays the game is very, very tough. And if Parham goes down, I'm very nervous about the middle linebacker position. I don't want to throw, Darren Buttler in there, like, or one of these guys in there and just force him to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like let's be honest, bro. If Parham goes down, who's our middle linebacker at this point? It's Buttler, right?
Yeah, it's Buttler.
And that's nerve-wracking as fuck to have a UDFA have to step in if Parham goes down.
Because does he have the mic, or do you have to give the mic to the outside backer, or like who has the mic? Who's the quarterback of the defense?
Bruh.
Who has the headset? But
Daniel, and never worry 33rd, my brother.
Ever again.
Yeah.
Ever again. I look, I might have been on that 15-hour live. How many hours of that was I on? Probably about 13.
At least you were over half of it. I know that for sure.
I was on like 13 of it, bro. Because I left for like an hour.
Yeah.
Went and got something to drink. I took like a cat nap and I came back.
Yeah, but you know what? We raised over $2,000 for St. Jude's that day, and I appreciate all you guys for coming up and rocking with me on that show. That was one of my favorite shows, even though that shit was tough. It was tough, bro.
It was bad, man.
Yeah. And you know what though, Daniel? I promise you this. I'll say this. One time this season, I'll make sure to revisit the St. Jude situation. As long as everybody agrees to run up a bag for a great cause, I'll do another 15 hours. And I'll bring in a bunch of people. I'll try to bring in a bunch of people. I don't want to do it, but if it's going to be St. Jude's, I'll definitely do it. You know what I'm saying? So
15 hours, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, why can't we just do 8 hours? Do a regular work day with a half-hour lunch in the middle. Look, I'm a union guy. Let's do union rules here, man. We do 8 hours, half-hour lunch, 15-minute coffee. Let's do it like that. Come on.
Hey, I am the Bay. I have some of the worst anxiety in the world, my brother. I'm worried about everything. This is just who I am in life, bro. Like, you don't understand the conversations I have with my brothers and shit. Like, I am one of the most nerve-wracking motherfuckers in the world. So trust me, my brother. I get it. I understand what you're saying. It's just who I am, brother. Like, real talk. He said, make sure to bring Wasted in. Wasted ain't doing it. Yeah, Wasted ain't fucking with that shit. He said Buttler balls out with the help of Antonio Pierce. He's already doing that right now, Bernie. Like, but it's going to be different when you're playing against these starters. It's going to be
a rookie and he's small.
Yeah,
he's small, man. Yeah, I know he's a great story, man, but he's got to get his sea legs under him as a rookie, man. I don't want to see him have to do that as a rookie, man.
Yeah. I did not take the Too Short live off. It's still up. Anthony, it's on there. Let me see. If we win the Super Bowl, then we got to do a 12-hour live stream, Docs. I will do that all day.
Do a fucking 24-hour live stream with the Super Bowl.
If we won a championship, I will stay on here and I will sleep on this motherfucker. That's real shit. Let me see, Docs. I'm confident McDaniel will shore up that O-line. I'm thinking he's optimistic that the guys he got will play a lot with a lot of guts and get the job done. Kenny, I hope you're right, my brother. On the way out, man, are you doing another live today, brother? Or are you chilling?
I don't know, man. I mean, we kind of beat this thing to death, right?
Yeah.
That's what she said. Oh.
You know what? I'm thinking if we can get another guest on, if we can do something creative, something that's different, and we're not just coming on here and, like you said, and just beating a dead horse. You guys, I said this too, and Wasted. I want you to know you're coming on with me as well, bro, even though you don't know it. But we're trying to set up this Marquette King live for tomorrow night, you guys. I think that'd be fire. If not tomorrow, I think it's gonna be on the weekend. Marquette reached out to me and said, when you free? I said, let's do it. Tomorrow night, I'm waiting on him to respond. So if it's not tomorrow night, we'll probably end up doing this sometime this weekend. So stay tuned for that, you guys. Get your questions ready for Marquette Kings. We're gonna talk to him about everything. We're not gonna hold any punches or nothing. We're gonna talk to our brother like we talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna have some fun with that one, man. Definitely. Shout out to everybody here in the building who watched the Too Short live, who watched me and my brother Wasted's live, man. We appreciate you guys. And we're always going to pop in when some stuff is going on. You'll definitely hear from us. If not tonight, we'll be back around tomorrow. You know how this is the daily routine. Our life don't work without y'all. So, you guys are a piece of our bloodline. You know what I mean? This is Roman Reigns and the Usos and shit. You know what I'm talking about? So with that being said, man, on the way, y'all, brother, you got anything to say?
No, only thing I got to say is hit that sub button. The race to 10,000 is on, y'all.
There we go. We got to get our brother to 10K, man. That is my brother's goal. Since we started this, Wasted has said, I will not going to be taken seriously in this shit until I get to 10K. I told him he'd be capping, and that's some bullshit, that he's already one of the GOATs in this shit, but he doesn't believe it. So we got to get our brother up to 10K in order for him to, it's.
Bro, I am a doorman in this thing.
Right now, it's a pissing contest right now, man. Let's get Wasted.
The outsiders. I want to be the outsiders up in here, man.
Shout out to my dog. He said Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Hey, I like that. Hey, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Let me see. He said, Docs, what was the big announcement? This is the last question on the way out, you guys. You were talking about. Have you dropped that yet? I dropped a snippet of it the other night, you guys. It's official. We have a residency at a very, very prestigious hotel in Las Vegas. I can't give you guys the name of it yet because they're doing a press release right now. So they're dropping it to every piece of press in Vegas. They get the first shot at writing up articles on it and all that good shit. But shout out to my brother Raider Cody. Shout out to Simone Raider, the team, man, and my brother's Wasted is definitely going to drop in a few weeks. But we will be there every home game, you guys, from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight, podcasting and partying every home game. We will drop the hotel here soon. Like I said before, I can't say it because if I do, they probably going that contract will probably be zit. You know what I mean? I got to hold off on that. So, but just know it's going to be dropping here soon. Me, Cody, Kenny King, all of us, Simone, we're going to be dropping the news here shortly. So, yes. And the party bus Saturday. No. The party Saturday, the party bus stuff on Sundays. That's where we are with it. Shout out to you guys. I'm fucking blazing in this garage. I got to get the fuck out of here. Love y'all, nation. You already know what it is. Bro, I'm going to hit you in a second.
Facts.
All right, y'all. Outro.
Peace.